Okay, I am at the Magento Conference at the Hilton Hotel in Sydney. It's Magento Live. And with me I have Paul Boisvert. He's the Director of Product Management. Hi, Paul. Just a wave there.
Hello.
And we've got Craig Peasley, the Head of Product Marketing, eBay Enterprise and Magento. So welcome to you too.
Hello, everyone.
And so we're probably best off to start by asking, what is Magento, for those who don't know? And then we'll launch into what you're announcing at the conference today.
You want to take that?
I'll take it.
All right.
Magento is a leading e-commerce solution that enables merchants of all sizes to sell online across channels, across devices. It's a product that's been around for many, many years. Currently, it's the number one. It's the most popular e-commerce platform in the world, and clients include, some of the bigger clients that we have include companies like Canon, Nike, Nestle. And we've got merchants that use the platform. Again, some use it for mobile first, some use it for their multi-channel operations, some just use it for their primary website. But it basically enables them to do what they need to do to provide the types of experiences that their consumers would expect from their store, from their brand.
All the way, as you would say, from mom and pop stores all the way through to big enterprises and everywhere in between.
Everywhere in between. We've got top 100 merchants in the world. Internet Retailer, which is a analytics company in the United States that publishes a global list of top retailers, named us as number one in mid-market in North America and Europe and South Asia, South Pacific. Asia Pacific. Thank you. APAC.
Yep.
But no, we have really. There is no merchant out there that could not use this platform to be able to do what they want to do as it relates to commerce, not just e-commerce.
Sure. Now, how many of these Magento Live conferences have there been? And tell us, what are you announcing at this one?
Great. You want to?
I'll take that one. Sure. So this will be the third Magento Live event this year. We had Magento Live in the UK. Just about a month or so ago, we had Magento Live in Munich. And now we're at Magento Live Australia. I had the pleasure of announcing our latest release, which is Enterprise Edition 1.14.1, with a whole host of features. We announced that the Community Edition, which is our open source product, will be available in several weeks. So the Enterprise Edition is out now. Community Edition, people have to wait a couple weeks for that.
Sure. And just for those who want to know more about the Enterprise Edition, I know they can look on the website, but what's the 30-second elevator story about what the Enterprise version
limit me
does?
to 30 seconds. This release is bigger than 30
All
seconds.
right, give us,
I just wasted 5.
Give us 90 seconds.
Full-on responsive web design, color swatches. For Enterprise Edition, we've added visual merchandiser, which is a drag-and-drop tool for automatically sorting products on your category pages.
Sounds very
You can
cool.
also tap into all the product information and create smart categories, which are based on things like the date the product was launched, or is it a bestseller or not. Virtually any attribute can be used to automatically create categories. So no longer do merchants have to suffer through adding each individual product and defining where it should go within a category. So it takes care of the automation, it takes care of the visual drag and drop, so they can position the products that they want to sell. Either they have more inventory, or they're looking to maximize their profit margins. They can put the products where they want them in the order that makes sense to maximize revenue.
And would it be fair to say, and clearly, I'm learning here as I'm going, but would it be fair to say the Enterprise Edition is for the big companies who've got lots of different products and want a professional enterprise-grade solution that they can plug into their existing online presence and just go bam? And then the community one is for people that want to play with it and brand it themselves? What's the community version?
So typically we say that Enterprise Edition makes sense for merchants that are at $1 million US and up. It provides substantially more features. It comes with some scalability benefits. It comes with the full support and backing of our Magento support organization and account management organization. So typically, yes, clients over $1 million and up, they should probably be on the Enterprise version.
Which makes sense, absolutely.
But if you're a mom and pop and you don't have a lot of money to spend, we have a free Community Edition that has many of the features that are available in Enterprise Edition, and is a perfect solution for those just looking to get started in e-commerce. They can start with a free product, obviously customize on top of that. We have a wonderful selection of ecosystem partners that do deployments for that Community Edition. In fact,
a whole ecosystem that helps.
A whole ecosystem of partners to help out these small businesses get online with a site that makes them not look so small.
Yeah, which is, of course, the way you're distributing it is the standard way, pro version, free version, and of course everybody wants to look professional. Now, what are some of the sessions that have been going on today? Just some of the headline topics that people have been speaking about. Yeah,
talk about a couple as it relates to the merchants. So we had a merchant-to-merchant session. Basically, it's pulling all of our merchants, again, big and small, together in a room, and spend about 90 minutes covering topics like the future of mobile. How do they think about omni-channel solutions? And it really is, it's a networking opportunity for them to get to know each other, because they're going through the same, they're thinking about the same life cycle growth, they're maybe facing the same challenges, and they're also saying, hey, it's more important for me to hear from my peers than it would be from a vendor or from a partner. And so it's an organic way for us to create a sense of community amongst the merchants in this area. They loved it.
Yeah.
And they liked it because it's just an opportunity for them just to talk and get to know each other. The other, we did a first-time session here called Conversations. Very similar. Conversations.
Very
so
clever,
taking commerce and conversations.
Yeah. Well, I like
and the idea there was to open it up. So not just to be merchants, but open it up to technology partners, to open it up to systems integrators, community developers, advocates, our team.
Yep.
And what we did is we were expecting, I think, 30, 40 people. We had well over 100.
Wow.
And the idea there was to put a bunch of this diverse group at a table, and again, to throw topics out to them and to have them collectively talk about what are the challenges, what are the opportunities as they see related to those topics.
And no doubt a wonderful way for you to pick up on all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah, so we can just be, fly on the
yeah.
wall and listen to what are the things, what are the pain points, what are the use cases that we hadn't thought about that maybe a merchant or a partner is having success with. So it's a way to organically bring people together and to talk about the things that are happening on top of the Magento platform.
Sure. So, what else can you tell me about Magento? What's the direction? What's the future? I mean, obviously, we've got new versions now. Things must be very polished and must be settling down with what's being launched. But, what else would you like to tell us?
Well, I think it's pretty exciting.
I was going to take this one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can both go.
We'll both go.
The future, the future of Magento is obviously Magento 2. So we have a re-platform of the Magento 1 e-commerce software.
And that's obviously been worked on, behind the scenes.
We actually haven't been working on it behind the scenes. We've had weekly publishes to GitHub since October of last year.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because Magento is a platform, first and foremost, which means we can't move unless our ecosystem is ready to move with us.
Moving with you, yeah.
So we made a very conscious choice to do this transparent development process, push our weekly progress out there on GitHub, and leverage GitHub for what it's great at, which is allowing people to plug in, submit issues, submit pull requests, and give us the feedback that we need to ensure that we're building the next world-class platform that can outdo, the heights that Magento 1 has already succeeded.
And then just in brief, what are some of the things that will be available in 2 that people have asked for and that are helping you to develop that clearly aren't in 1 that you're excited that is being worked on?
Well, so the initial release is all about the functional elements of the platform, remaking a new platform. And it's not that these elements are not there in Magento 1, we're just making them a lot better. So, for example, streamlining customizations. Magento is first and foremost a flexible platform. You can make it do anything you want to do, and I keep seeing a huge variety of very strange use cases that I think nobody on our side ever even thought of as a use for Magento. That's the strength of a platform.
Very gratifying to see when people are really experimenting and just going beyond the
Absolutely.
boundaries.
They are taking us into lots of weird, wonderful places, and we love that because it's a testament to the power of the platform.
Yeah.
However, customization, it gives you all that flexibility, but with flexibility came a certain level of complexity at times because there's different developers developing extensions, and you have all these extensions and customizations coming together, and sometimes they can conflict with each other.
Which is natural in such a diverse development environment.
Absolutely. So we're providing a new platform now such that we're creating it much more modular. So developers can jump in and tear out pieces that they don't want to use. Everybody doesn't have the same use cases.
Yeah.
Merchants are wonderful in their variety, so they can come in, pull out certain modules they don't need, replace them with improved modules that they do want, and really customize, and it all goes to speed to market. Because when you streamline customizations, you get to market quicker, and you don't get in the way of merchants wanting to innovate at the speed of their business.
So, I mean, it sounds like a real maturation of the platform to just make it much more usable for everybody, including you guys. So
that's exactly it. It takes the strengths of Magento 1 and builds upon them and takes them to a new height.
And presumably the experience and the power and the capital of eBay has really helped to accelerate a lot of that since you were purchased.
Absolutely. It's the partnership now that Magento is part of eBay Enterprise and part of eBay means that we have the backing, and eBay can look at it and say, this is the right play. We can get behind this with the resources necessary to take Magento to the next level.
Sure. And what did you want to say, Craig?
No, I would just add that now that we're, Magento is a part of eBay Enterprise, which is a part of eBay. You may have heard the recent news about spinning off PayPal that was announced by the board several months ago. That allows us, this new organization under eBay, allows us to focus entirely on commerce. And we're one of the few companies, if not the only one out there, that is all about commerce and the capabilities that we provide, again, to help support small businesses all the way through to some of the largest retailers in the world. Something that Paul mentioned as well around Magento 2 is we're doubling down on things that have made Magento what it is today, which is, again, being the most popular platform. And that is around providing the flexibility that allows businesses and merchants to do the things that they need to do. So I mentioned earlier, if they're looking to expand their website to mobile, if they're looking to do ship from store, order online, ship from store, if they're looking to think globally about how do they acquire new customers and ship in these markets, those are all really complex issues and challenges that today's retailers are having to face.
Especially competing against people like Amazon, who've got all that down pat and warehouses and all that.
That is the #1 competitor, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that sometimes we say is that, hey, we will help you compete with Amazon. We won't compete with you. So we enable them. We can bring those set of capabilities, whether it's a platform like Magento or services like shipping and fulfillment, marketing solutions. How do you acquire new customers? How do you drive repeat purchase from your existing customers? These are things that we have within the portfolio of our new company. And it's really, really exciting. And we're going to bring those capabilities globally to retailers. Now, we're an organization that's been primarily in North America and Europe, but because we have such a strong ecosystem of systems integrators and technology partners in places like Australia and places like Singapore, is that we're there. And merchants are using the platform today to drive significant growth. So the platform will continue to be even more flexible with the launch of Magento 2, but it's also important too is that these merchants grow, is that performance and scalability, things that are just mandatory, that we continue to evolve and make sure that we can scale, that they can scale to the upper limits of where they want to go. And that's the exciting part about it, is this Magento 2 really is going to take it to the next level for us.
No, I don't want to take focus away from 1.14.1 that's launching, that's just launched, but approximately when will 2 come out? Is it still a few months away, or?
So what we announced today was our developer beta release, which is our first time we're going to put our stamp of approval and say, developers, it's ready to start building now, is actually in December of this year, so roughly 5 weeks away. We will have a developer release candidate that follows about a quarter after that, followed by a merchant beta that'll be a closed operation, and then we're announcing a merchant GA, general availability release, in Q4 of 2015. So roughly a little bit under a year away. Magento 2 will be in market and sold.
But plenty of time to get the bugs out and get lots of modules in and everything else, which is what you would expect.
It is what you would expect. It's more about making sure the ecosystem is ready to move with us. Because it's not Magento unless there's extensions. It's not Magento unless there's an ecosystem of developers ready to build and support merchants. We can put out a great platform, but that's only part of the solution. We need our ecosystem ready to move with us, and it's a substantial undertaking. They've built whole businesses around Magento. They have to retrain their staff on what are the strengths of Magento 2, how do you build specifically for that platform. And it's going to feel familiar in a lot of ways, but there's going to be some new technologies they can take advantage of. So it takes a while to kind of get that ecosystem to move. So the time is really less about the quality and ensuring it's ready to go, and it's more about making sure the ecosystem is ready to move with us.
In the field of dreams, if you build it, they will only come if the ecosystem is there.
That's exactly it.
I want to be clear about one thing. We're going to continue to support the current version of the platform for many, many years.
So no one has to worry there.
No one has to worry.
That's right. You can buy Magento 1
in the future,
today
they'll have
and
a
migrate
choice.
in the future.
That's right. And there's obviously going to be a migration path as well, and that's obviously going to get easier and easier as more people have migrated and all that sort of thing.
We've got thousands of customers on Enterprise today, so really important that we work with them to manage their migrations over time.
Absolutely. Well, look, are there any final messages from both of you to both ITY readers and to current and potential Magento customers?
I'm thinking.
I'll talk while he's thinking.
Sure, go for it.
So any of the IT Wire readers that may be developers, I would say take a look at Magento. We have a full ecosystem of developers that have built entire businesses around supporting the incredible demand that we're driving on the merchant side. So there's certainly an opportunity if you're a developer. If you're a merchant thinking about starting a business, Magento is a great platform to start with. You can start with our Community Edition, and you'll never outgrow the platform because you can move to our Enterprise Edition and you know, compete with the likes of Harvey Norman, maybe, which is one of our great retailers here in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, so we did we conducted with Edelman a research survey a couple months ago, and we had, I think we fielded it out to about 1,000. We had 1,000 respondents, and it was really, really interesting. We wanted to see, hey, what are the trends and what are the challenges that that retailers are thinking about across data and security, across mobile, across things like selling in a global market or selling internationally, and in new market opportunities. So, hey, if they're selling in Australia and they're thinking about selling in China and India, what are the challenges? What are the things that need to think through? And it surprised us a little bit with the results, which is that the majority of merchants told us that they're really focused on near-term opportunities and near-term things about improving their core around providing better customer service, making sure that they have the raw products and that they're merchandising. And it was very much focused on driving growth over the next 3 to 6 months. What we found is that things like mobile, as more and more consumers are using mobile to manage their everyday lives, and they're using it to browse for products and also to shop from their favorite vendors, is that they weren't focused on that. They didn't see it as they didn't see that as mobile, for example, as a strategic imperative. And in some of the results, we found that they were going to wait 1 to 2 years before thinking about what they should do on mobile.
Yeah.
And what we say to retailers is, you know, you have to look at what consumer trends, what's happening now.
Right now, yeah.
And consumers, it doesn't matter where you're located, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
If they want to interact with the brand, you've got to provide a consistent experience across devices, across formats, across markets,
Yeah.
or you're going to lose the customer. Somebody else will find a better and deliver a better experience.
Yeah.
So we were surprised by those results because you have partners like eBay Enterprise and eBay and Magento as a partner that can help you start to solve these challenges. And it's not just we provide you the platform and services, but we can provide the thought leadership and the expertise to help you think about how you should roadmap these things in the future. And the reality is the winners are being made now. You know, you have companies now that are going mobile first, that are establishing global brands quickly. And so for your more bricks and mortar retailers and some of your more established, they need to be thinking quickly about how to compete with the likes of those companies, including Amazon, who is now going into the physical world. I don't know if you heard recently, they're actually putting a store in New York City. So the conditions are changing, the dynamics are changing. Merchants really need to be thinking about this in advance. They can't just be focused on this quarter or next. They need to be thinking about what the next 2 years looks like. And that's where partners like Magento and our ecosystem are there to help them think that through and help them say, hey, you know it's important, we can help you build a roadmap to get you there. And so that's exciting.
And you have the mobile experience to get them there too.
And you have the mobile. We have use cases across all of our clients. You know, here, like we mentioned earlier, here in Australia, you've got Harvey Norman, Quicksilver, not Paul Smith. I'm
Converse.
sorry. Yeah, Converse, Dick Smith. They're thinking mobile. They're thinking using how do we use responsive web design to offer, you know, that consistent brand experience across devices. They're thinking about pickup from store. They're thinking ship from store. You know, they're thinking about all those things. And today's retailer needs to be nimble, needs to be agile, and you need partners and solutions that actually are going to help you deliver the experience that you want.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
All right, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank
Thank
you.
you.